Hi, everyone. Donna Peterson here. I have a problem, and I know a lot of you have the same exact problem. When I create content or my team creates content, we always analyze it to say to ourselves, does this sound like us? Like our unique voices or our brand, World Innovators? Does it sound like us? What I'm seeing out in the marketplace, and I know all of you have seen it too, is we all get those messages and you read it right away and you're like, that's AI generated. It either is really long, it has emojis, it has those adjectives of unleashing, this is revolutionary. We all know those adjectives that just right away you're like, this is AI generated. And this is where I'll say all the time, AI is a double-edged sword. It can be great if used properly, but if people don't take the time to change the output to reflect their unique voices and their unique brands, it's going to hurt your reputation because after a while, you're going to sound like everybody else. And we don't want that. You have these great brands. Here at World Innovators, we're a 45-year-old brand. I don't want to sound like everybody else. We need to sound unique. We've got to hold on to our voice. So, how do we do this? And this is a question I have to tell you I get in every single one of my training sessions. I just got recently over a new connection on LinkedIn. It's always the same thing. I'm using AI for a lot of different things, but I'm concerned because it doesn't sound like me, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose my voice. So, what I wanted to talk about in this episode are two things you can do to help retain your voice. And the first thing you have to remember is AI is not there for us to just generate content, copy it, and paste it. AI is there to offer us some guidance on what we should do. But then we've got to tweak it for our own voice. So the first thing you can do is you can upload things with your own voice, a transcript, a video you've done, how you write, anything you want, you could upload it so that Chat GPT can start to get an understanding of how do you communicate? How do you reach out with people? The second great way, and this is an exercise I try to do on a regular basis, is I go into Chat or to Claude or whatever large language model you're using, create a project if they have that feature. And that's your individual project that will be talking about just one specific topic. And in this case, mine is labeled Donna A. Peterson because this project is all about me. And what I do is I go in there and I ask Chat or whatever large language model you're using, what do you know about me? That's it. What do you know about me? And then it gives you a thing and say, what do you know about me, both in my professional and my personal life? And see what it comes back with. If it's not right, or if there's missing details, it's your job to change it or to add things in it so that it gets a better picture of who you are as an individual, as a professional, as a leader. It's so important when you do this, and it's very interesting what it gives back because not only can you ask it, what do you know about me? You could ask it, what are my shortcomings? And sometimes it points out things you're not too happy with, like me. It says you like to help people, but you have a hard time asking for the business. And I know that's a problem of mine. It always has been. I've always said I'm not a salesperson, but you have to be. When you're running a company, you've got to be doing sales. Really, any position you're in, you're always doing some marketing and sales of some extent. So you have to ask for the business. So going in there, asking, tell me about me. Let it give you a big description about you. If there's missing pieces, insert it. Like, no, I don't have 5 children. I only have 2. No, I don't like to play basketball. I'm a skier. Whatever it might be, just make sure those details are correct, because the better the input that you give these large language models, the better the output is. Then, after you're in this project and you're working through, and it's discussion, remember, the large language models were not set up to be like a Google. You ask, you get an answer. No, the large language models were used as a conversation back and forth. And sometimes you got to say downright, you're wrong. That's not who I am. And you have to add pieces. But after you get a really clear picture that ChatGPT knows who you are, then put that in a document. Put it into, this is Donna Peterson, or Donna Peterson's description, or whatever your name is, obviously. You put it in there and you have this sheet so that every time you go to do a project, you can upload that sheet and it'll follow those guidelines so that the output then will sound more like Donna Peterson. One thing I always stress to my team and everyone is everything that is being put out in the marketplace for World Innovators should be grounded, should be simple, and show that we really do care. That's really was the premise my mom started the company with 45 years ago. It was always about caring. It's not a transactional thing for World Innovators. It's a relationship. And that's what you want to have in this piece of paper, because then that outcome, it sounds like Donna Peterson, it's grounded. But even when you do that, I still stress, you've got to go over the material, make sure that it is accurate, make sure it got the right context, and it sounds like you. When you do those 2 things, if you upload any transcripts, any videos, it can start to put together a really good picture on how you speak, how you write. Then if you do the exercise of who is Donna Peterson, or what do you know about me, then you really get to understand what it knows about you so it can answer the questions. You can even go as far to say, you know what? Don't use big adjectives. That's not how I speak. Don't use the emojis. You put it in there and you tell it about your audience. You tell it about your mission, your tone, your style. And now they have this great picture of Donna Peterson. So it's like Donna Peterson is sitting there at her desk typing out the response. When you do things like this is where these large language models like a ChatGPT can really help us. It can help us have consistent messaging out there that sounds like us, but getting in front of the right audience with the right information. I hope you have found this tip helpful. Let me know if you need help setting up that project, creating these documents about who you are and what they know about you and your communication style, so that you can get the best responses you can from these large language models. Because when you do that, not only will the large language models help you be more efficient, they're going to help you be more effective, because now everything your company is putting out is unique to you and your brand. Please rate this podcast. We need to get some good thumbs up on the podcast so that we can continue producing the podcast and getting it out so people understand the right way, the grounded way to use AI so that you can really see results. Until next week, everyone. Bye.
Thanks for listening to World Innovators Grounding AI podcast. If you'd like to be updated when new episodes come out, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out our social media accounts to stay up to date on B2B marketing trends.